it was just a poor night from Aston Villa. I think too many of their players weren't on their game tonight. I thought Heskey was very quiet, Bonlaw was quiet. Here you see Patrick Vieira gets across his man too easy. No one's picking him up to head it onto the centre-half's arm. I think it's Clark and, as we said earlier, Touré. That's just a simple tap. No one's even marking Touré there. So, you know, that was sloppy from the 5th minute. And from then on, it was all Man City. I don't think they were ever in any trouble tonight whatsoever.
We felt they might be quite defensive in their setup, but it didn't. They didn't need to be.
Well, I think that's the point. They didn't need to be, because the way Villa played and started the game with the shorter passes into midfield, trying to play their nice football, that just played into their hands. So the midfield could push further up, win the ball back early, and just kept Villa under increasing amounts of pressure. And they never really kept the ball with any sort of quality at all.
Whatever he's like off the pitch, Mario Balotelli is quite special on the pitch at times, isn't he?
Yeah, I think that when you look at him, it frustrates you, both the coach and the players with him. But no, there's no doubt about it. Once he gets in these positions, you know, he just finishes it off with a plum. It's real class finish. But you don't give good players opportunities like that. It's pretty poor defending. But we've already gone on about that. It's just he still has a lot to do when he gets here, because the ball is bouncing upwards and he takes it early. You know, 9 times out of 10 the ball will go over the bar if you half volley it like that. But he's got where he needed to, and it's right in the top corner. And it's a top class goal. But he has to do that for 90 minutes. You know, I know he came off, but you just feel sometimes that if you were playing against him next time, you'd know how to get at him. He's one of those that you know will react. He'd be off the pitch, he'd react to doing something, you know. And that's what players do.
You think you could give him a bit of niggle throughout the night,
so.
and he'd react?
I think that's
tonight, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. He reacted tonight, and they weren't in trouble. But if they were losing a game, and someone had a little bit of a niggle at him, it's very easy for him to go off. That's something that he has to. He's still a young player, but we can't keep saying that. He's still a young player, but he's got great ability.
He went up with his arm there.
It's a poor challenge, because he's actually facing the wrong way to start with. So he's trying to make the challenge, but again, I think the defender went down easy, but it certainly is a foul.
I think
you can give him a yellow card. However,
you've got to be careful though, Tony. I mean, as soon as you raise your arm now in the Premiership, with what happened to Rooney at the weekend, you think with Clattenburg reffing tonight, you think, why do it? It's just silly. You know, there's no reason to do it. I know Hurd has put in a couple of tough challenges in at the start of the second half, but you expect that when the team you're playing against is getting a hiding. As soon as you raise your arm in the league now, you can't get away with it, and the ref's right there. And he's a lucky boy there, he's lucky.
He's so frustrating, because at times he will challenge for the ball and do silly things like that. Other times he does absolutely nothing. Now, being critical of him, how much then does he add to the team play when the ball comes up to him? Whereas Tevez is always on the move and trying to link play. Balotelli isn't like that. And you can say he's got all the talent in the world and he's inexperienced, but he's getting more and more experienced. But the top players, they work really hard as well, and he doesn't work as hard as he should.
Tell you someone who works hard, David Silva.
I think he was the most outstanding player tonight. Fantastic all through the game. His prompting and passing, everything had a crispness about it. And he got his reward in the end. It's a fantastic strike, brilliant. To beat Brad Friedel, I know that it's a clear shot, but he's just everything that he did, his movement. And I think over the period of time, you speak to Man City supporters, and every single one of them says this is the best signing we've had. All right, Tevez, for different reasons, but he's the best signing that we've had, because you can see he's got a real quality about him. And I think tonight he influenced the whole team, because of the way he just directed everything. Absolutely top class.
I think one of the Aston Villa defenders, as soon as he touched the touch there, they've got to get out to him. I think that just epitomised the evening for Aston Villa. They weren't tight enough. And that was just too much of an easy strike there for Silva.
Despite the defeat, it seemed the Villa fans enjoyed themselves tonight. They had to find some entertainment, and this was as good as it got.
I think they kept the ball up between two of them for about 6 times. I think that was the most consecutive passes the Villa lot had tonight. You saw it there, it was a great bit of skill. I think the crowd are going over about 3 balls tonight.
Yeah, I think they're a little bit. It's nice that they won't be laughing on the way home, but certainly